I mean, it's 2 minutes long. Like that's a long ass intro. That's
what? Wrong.
Wow, so loud.
Steven picked the wrong end. You think
Little
I'm just the YouTuber's
little high
YouTuber?
pitch for my liking, I think. Little high pitch.
You're a little high pitch.
Damn straight I am.
Your face.
what's going on, everybody? Hail the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Did he put this on Rumble? So if you're on Rumble High and Odyssey High, how you doing, guys? It's
Your
me
face is on
again.
Rumble.
You ready for some good content?
I mean, it started way better than I expected.
All right. Well, I mean, we're already on a roll. With me is Slender Dad. I think Tina Bojan, who was going to strangle 500 people today and did not.
And yeah, what's her name? You know, it's okay. I'm called Jane. I'm called Trina. I'm called Nina. So I mean, it doesn't make a difference.
You look like a Trina. I'll admit that.
Some call you the Penita, the Mama Maria,
the Mamacita.
Yeah, drinking sangria.
Do some people call you the Space Cowboy?
Don't worry, you won't go down because my dick can't float. What?
How you guys doing? How's your week going?
There's a lot of us. You may want to specify specifically.
Yeah, just jump in. Yeah, right.
I think we're all just waiting on.
Oh man, free for all never works out well.
Okay. Hi, Slender. How's your week going?
You son of a bitch.
My week's been very busy, but Matt, it sounds like maybe you want to talk about your week. Would you like to talk about your week?
Yeah, it was fine.
Nothing eventful?
No.
Did you watch Ahsoka?
Oh, man. Do I got notes? I guess I shared one note. It was just, emote, you carrot-looking cunt.
Oh, dude, I had the same exact emote. The same note.
When did it become a thing where all Jedi have to be as stoic as possible, but yet none of them pull it off with any? Like,
no,
you can still be charismatic.
Only the women, Mad. Only the women.
There's not a single person in this series so far that has changed the shape of their face in any way.
Okay, no, I was trying to find the clip. Hold on, we're gonna get to you, Scott. I know we'll be working hours.
It was I'm sorry.
Anyway,
yeah.
Hold on. Shin Hajigi, Hawaii.
Bad girl.
Whatever her name. Yeah. She one time, it was my favorite moment. She goes, "She's a witch," and her eyes got even bigger. If that's possible.
Impossible. She's bug-eyed at all times.
Anyway, hey,
and
Scott.
if she floats, she's a witch. Anyone?
What a waste of Ray Stevenson.
I know, right?
Sad, dude. It is really sad.
What the fuck? Are you doing this from your bathroom? Like,
no, dude.
Yeah, are you in your tub?
All I got.
Hold on.
This is
hold
it.
on.
This is as professional as it gets.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, I'm not in the bathroom right now.
No, there's not a shower curtain behind you.
If I was in a bathroom.
Who has a katana next to your shower? What are you expecting to happen while you're in?
Can we please see that again?
Have you not heard of poo demons? They are a thing.
Yeah, there's toilet demons in Japan.
I actually think I know what's going on here. See, the window is covered. It's a shower curtain because that's the poor man's curtain. I don't know what it is about curtains, but curtains are expensive as all hell. But you can get a shower curtain for like $8.
No, the poor man's
you can get a
curtain
shower curtain for $10 at Walmart.
is tinfoil that you put on the window to black out the sun.
Yes, that's exactly it. Because I
I
sleep
need a
during the day now. So.
Oh man,
so, Scott,
I just want somebody to knock on Steven's door while he's in the shower and he grabs his katana. Who's there? What's happening?
He's been hurt by ladies. Okay, man, he's going through some stuff. He has a whole YouTube channel and
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the gaslighting women channel was all about him dealing with it.
Yeah, he shows you how to protect yourself from a standing and seated position in the bathroom with the katana.
Do you have such a bad? Is the bug problem so bad while you're, because you know when you're when you're taking a shit and you see a bug, you reach for whatever you got. You're like,
Yeah.
nope.
Mr. Miyagi uses chopsticks. He uses a katana. What are you gonna do?
Not gonna lie, I've sit there with my salt gun, for flies. I saw a spider. Why did I have it in there with me in the first place? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's
Poo
that's
demons.
Yeah.
Two demons.
Well, it's always-
Speaking
it's
of
in my-
spiders, I learned something interesting this week. Did you know that in the state of West Virginia, they have what are called tiger wolf
cousin
spiders?
lovers. Oh,
No,
yeah,
tiger
no, dude.
wolf. It's
Yes.
not just a wolf spider.
No, it's a
like
tiger
a
wolf.
bigger than normal wolf spider.
Dude, I thought it was a
Well,
joke.
What?
It's also in
I mean, the-
Western Pennsylvania, western South, like near Pittsburgh.
There
they
was
have
one
them.
in my house.
Yeah, terrifying. When I lived in Pittsburgh,
how-
dude, terrifying.
How large
So
are
did
we
you burn the
talking?
house
'Cause,
down
like,
or move?
Because like in the Chicagoland area, we get some like if you include the length and legs and everything, we get some like 3-inch wolf spiders.
And they do drive-bys.
I don't
Yeah.
know. All I know is
Shit.
this wolf spider was in fact so big that if I tried to do the, take a glass and put it over top of it, it would have cut its legs off.
His toilet katana style was defeat your tiger style.
Well,
You know
We
what?
had a
It's
huge-
about. I think it's about your avatar, but I want to think he meant the tiger wolf spider.
I'm guessing.
I can
so,
picture
yeah.
Steven chopping at the floor.
Yeah,
As the bug tries to run
takes
away
a
from
toe
him.
off. Dad, not again. Anyways, hey guys, 22
Hey.
hours as of
All
this
right.
minute.
Alright.
Been up for 22 hours. It's awesome.
Good
Oh,
job,
I
Dad.
thought you were working for 22 hours. You just
No,
told
I
me
worked
you'd
for
been
16.
awake for 22.
I started
Ah,
last night at
gotcha.
11 p.m. and I went to 2:30. No, 10:30 to 2:30. Yeah, that was it. In the p.m. Both p.m.s.
Awesome.
Yeah.
good
So
money.
you're not on a salary, right? You're actually making money.
Yeah, I'm hourly,
Okay.
dude. It's also cycle pay, so I get the whole 16 was time and a half.
What was I right
What?
though in my
Psycho
DM
pay?
about
Nice.
the 2 letters?
Am I supposed to remember something right now?
GS?
GS. Gas.
Was it a bunch of gay shit?
gas station? What?
Oh, never mind.
Am I gonna go back to messages and know what you're talking
No,
about?
no. Well, no, because if you don't know what GS is, I didn't know if you were a contract or not.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can talk about that. Another
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Yeah, stop blowing up my fucking spot.
How? You didn't even know what it was.
There's ninjas out there, dude, that know it better than me. No,
Yeah, but they're all
It's the-
taking a shit at the moment, so you're
I
right.
do get paid. I get paid on the gold standard. Yes.
The gold standard. I love
Yes.
that.
He's filming his audition tape for Kill Bill Volume 3 from his toilet.
Oh no!
Damn,
I hope it doesn't end like it did for David Carradine.
Karen, yeah, he'd be well, I could see him doing that.
He was a fun guy to hang around with.
He really
Not my
was.
fetish.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You have-
No, but sitting on the toilet and streaming it to the internet is clearly.
Yeah. That's his office with great acoustics. Andy, you got to come on, dude, sometime. We'll make you even a guest because you deserve it.
I would make you a regular. That's just me though.
Well, no, after that, but you make him a guest first one. And then hopefully people send me super chats because he's on.
Scotty, have you watched Ahsoka? Do you care?
It's so terrible. Dude,
Hey,
there's-
Vince.
they're so monotone. It's just everything is monotone. The colors, the fighting styles, you're in a battle and they're just like, I shot one, woohoo! And Ahsoka can go out and stand on a wing and they're like, let's drive by let's fly by as close as possible so she
Who-
can do this Mary Poppins, lightsaber move on me.
Did you
Did
find
she
it
do this like
ironic?
in space or like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw some
Dude, at least she had a space
She was in the
outfit.
middle of space. She wasn't even anywhere near an atmosphere. And this is the thing,
Right.
this is the only time in Star Wars history where the bad
Yes.
guys are 100% accurate, only aiming for the lightsabers.
Right. But
Which-
she,
Well, she was,
Why
furthermore-
didn't they stop? Why didn't
And
they?
that's the thing. The ship was dead. Her ship could not maneuver.
Right.
Why were they still doing strafing runs? Just
Because-
stop.
Also, listen.
I don't
Not only
believe
did they
you're a
not
Jedi.
stop, they're like, "Well, we're not going to shoot the ship. We're going to shoot her because she's awesome or some shit,
Well,
right?
we got to take her out.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a
She's
shit.
on the
she's
ship.
the easier target.
And
of
then
course.
they flew into lightsaber range. It's
Yeah.
not a gun.
Yeah. I
How
mean,
do
she
you get
did-
close enough to be chopped up?
Only thing she did better than Princess Leia in the sequel movies was that she actually did put on like a spacesuit. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
I
like,
didn't
in
see
like
any
1
breathing.
second.
yeah,
How-
I
how
mean,
did
This
you
one
put
wasn't
it
This
like,
like-
raises
dude,
another question though. Like,
there was no.
what's
yeah.
the limit on lightsaber deflection? Like, can they deflect capital class?
Like a nuclear
blast?
bomb. Like if you take the
Like, could
Death
Obi-Wan
Star,
deflect
Yeah.
the Death Star?
yeah, he should have, but he's a
Well,
man.
see,
Ray could.
if Andor had a lightsaber at the end of Rogue One, he would have survived. He would have just hit that,
No, it wouldn't have
Death
been him.
Star
It would
away.
have been Jin's. No.
Jin's
whatever.
Kastana.
Jin.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, her.
This started with Rita. What was her name in Obi-Wan?
Riva. Riva took
yeah,
2
Riva.
stomach shots.
No,
one
no,
as
no,
a
no.
child, one as an adult.
When you remember when Obi-Wan snuck fucking Princess Leia out from with a trench coat? Remember he gets put the trench coat?
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, right after that, she was deflecting bolts, the laser bolt, whatever, laser gun shit from the ships. That's now a thing that.
That's the thing. That's canon.
Uh-huh.
That's canon. And
Do lightsabers even work in space?
well, they do now.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean,
Oh,
have we ever seen them used out in like the vacuum of
In
space?
the vacuum?
Oh
No,
yeah,
I've
there
never
was this one cool scene where this chick did a Mary Poppins in space and jumped around and cut a ship in half. Yeah.
No. All I know is this: they were shooting at her. Okay, she's on the wing, but they couldn't even hit the wing. You know what I
Dude,
mean? Like,
If one of them accidentally missed, it's all over. They had to be
Yeah.
100% accurate, otherwise it's done.
yeah, that's what I
How
said.
much
Ursa,
green shit
Ursa.
did they bring with them? Is there no limit? And the whole time I'm just hearing Will Smith, you did not shoot that green shit at me.
Well, and the other question is, right, like when they're deflecting a normal blaster, okay, I get it. But we're deflecting ship blasters right now, like ship-to-ship blasters.
Yeah.
Is there no concussive force behind that? Why did she
No.
not go get
Well,
them
the
flying
blasters
into
on the
vacuum
ships are.
space?
That's the thing. The blasters on the ship are a physical bullet as well. That's the
Right.
point. They're not just an energy blast.
Right, they
There's
have
a physical
force.
thing. Yeah. They have
But-
depth because you see when it hits it penetrates through ships.
What
Like,
what you
yeah.
guys got to understand, Slender, is that the Force is female, so that it gives her a little extra strength, so she can deflect things that most men. No man. I mean, there is really no man could
the
do.
force is that makes sense actually because it's grossly inconsistent and it never makes any fucking sense.
If
Could
I have
somebody
to,
Is
tell
she
me, did a
more or
man-
less is she more or less powerful during that time of month?
More, but
yes, you can swing by
really
her armpit
bitchy.
hair.
It becomes like 20% dark side even on her best
Yeah.
month.
Ugh,
Two-
it shouldn't be
two
spotty
questions.
like that.
two
Huh?
questions. I got 2 questions about this episode. Did a man speak other than a douche, like douchebag type
Yes.
style?
Wait,
and 2,
Ray Stevenson did at the end.
did he speak? Okay,
Yeah,
Ray
he said,
and then
they're
there was,
in the woods.
right. They made the Asian guy be the dick senator. They weren't going to make.
I
That-
hate
that was
mostly
another
white
note.
Asian. Get it right. Mostly
Yeah,
white
well,
Asian.
they're adjacent.
That
Oh
was
my! Does anybody believe that?
no, it was
Harvard
fake.
does. what are
The
you talking
mostly
about?
white Asian that headline or whatever the screenshot that was fake. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
So this is a katana toilet that Steven's getting installed next week.
oh man,
No.
Brilliant, dude. Brahma, jump on if you like. Oh, you got your show after, but jump on, man. Spencer, you're always invited to. Let me
real quick.
Real quick. Second question. When a ship goes down, power goes out. Why does the droid lose power?
Because the droid is interfacing
because
with the ship.
it's Jedi SOP.
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm pretty
if-
sure
if
they
I
have
hear
like
one
their
more
own
time-
onboard power
Yeah.
supply.
Yeah.
Like,
And I don't think he wired in. He was just interfacing with the ship. I don't remember seeing him
Oh, okay,
connect a
gotcha.
cable.
He's not
So,
plugged in
like-
like a toaster in your house and the power goes
Like
out.
right? Like what a
But
douchey-
in the OG movies, weren't they? Remember, like he would go
I-
up to things and like plug the little silver thing that would shoot out of the side and would spin around with dials.
yeah, I
and
mean,
stuff.
R2D2 was mounted in the X-wing, but when the X-wing crashed and turned off,
yeah.
it wasn't like
He got-
R2D2
yeah, he got
was
the fuck
dead.
out.
Shut off, right? Right.
Gotcha.
It's
Gotcha.
Three.
But-
Go
Oh,
ahead.
Chad saying George got shot. Which I think that I don't know. I saw some.
No, but when they
electricity
shut
bullshit.
it down again to hide, he went down.
Oh yeah, no,
like-
she specifically went and turned him off.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I did see that.
She turned a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, all of the dialogue, and especially the scene with the Senate or whatever they were, it's all written to set up an emotional response, because that's not how people talk to each other. They're not interacting. They're not having a conversation. They are saying things to say something.
Exactly, and
Nobody
the worst
over
part-
at Lucasfilms can do dialogue anymore. Like their dialogue is ultra trash.
Well, and that's the thing that you noticed with it as well. She explains what she wants, and then the guy turns around and says, "Okay, you've got 2 minutes. Explain what you want." I'm like, "Bitch, she just did. She just spent the whole time saying
Right.
exactly what she wants." And then his response is, "Okay, now tell us what you want."
Right.
Also,
it was dumb. It was dumb.
why does everybody, when they like, but he disappeared? Bitch, that doesn't mean he can't reappear. When did disappear become permanent?
Well, we're going to find out that at least one or two of those senators are working for the Empire. You know that's going to happen, and it's going to
It's
be
gonna
the
be that guy.
adjacent. It's going to be the adjacent. He's
So
Also,
it's
how
not-
does he have a human kid? Is there a book I gotta read or some cartoon
yeah. I was
bullshit?
really, dude.
That one
I
had me
was so
confused too.
I was so confused. Is there a rebel watcher here that can tell me?
Yeah,
how
okay,
her
so-
kid looks human.
So Sabine's former master, Kanan, he was a Jedi, a human, and then it turned out at the end of Rebels that he had a relationship with
Green
I can't remember
girl.
her name, yeah, green bitch. Yeah, and their son
Everybody's
Jason
parts work.
was
Everybody's parts work
revealed.
like that.
Yeah, it was revealed right. Yeah, oh yeah, they do, especially Twi'leks. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Is she
so,
a Twilight? Twilight. I can never say that.
Yes,
Right.
that's
Yes.
So
the,
she's
the
a
giant,
green
the,
one.
the giant green things that are coming out down. Yeah, that's what
I
makes
didn't.
it.
I didn't know if that was
Which
a
is
separate.
which I don't know if you know
species
this.
or-
It's a female thing only. So in Boba Fett, when they had the guy walking around, that didn't
Right.
make any sense. He was a trans.
Right. No, he was a
Right.
transgender.
Yeah, it's like
I-
it's like someone getting fake boobs. That's basically what he did. He
How
got-
do
he,
you- How
How
do
many
you get a
different
green
colors?
bitch pregnant and all that happens is the kid's hair is has a green tint?
Well, the weird thing about it is the kid looks like he doesn't look white either. There's definitely some mix in there. So it's like, yeah, I don't understand. It's the Force.
It's a force. It's a force.
Also,
She's
why
hot,
didn't
though.
they
I'm
just
not gonna lie.
why didn't they just bypass the compressor?
Obviously, they don't have compressors yet to
Oh.
bypass because it's still back in the day. So yeah.
Wait, it's not that far back in the day. It's like 5 months before The Force Awakens. I don't know.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Well, when the ship was broken,
When
why didn't they
she-
just bypass the compressor?
Yeah, but think about that. That ship is
She ain't
as
Rey.
old as the other ship, so they should have a compressor. Both those ships are from
Yeah.
before the Battle of
Oh yeah,
Yemen.
it had a retrofit though. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
No matter what, she fixed it.
Also, they skipped Celine. What's her name?
Celine?
Sabine.
Sabine.
Celine. Not the '90s singer that was
Yeah,
killed.
she
is
got
not in
shot.
this. Yeah,
got
she's
Yes,
not in
yeah,
it.
in San Antonio. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
Savine,
Respect.
who's everything, Mandalorian, Jedi, whatever, right?
Which?
They skipped the whole Force fucking using power bullshit and
Dude,
went
She
straight to
doesn't even know how to
lightsaber.
use it.
Okay,
She
that
can't use
doesn't
it.
make any sense.
Wait,
You
wait,
cannot. You gotta
they're-
have the ability to use the Force, and they literally just said in this, every single person has the
Yeah.
Force, and the only way to do it is just to train. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that
it's
is
never been
They're
that way.
literally
Midichlorians.
breaking George Lucas canon that was
Well-
established in the first movie. Like the first movie. Like
Right.
some people are force sensitive, others are
Man.
not. The ones
And
who
then
are
he-
not will never be.
So
Slim-
I have a theory that the OT, the original trilogy, was the after the battle, after Jedi were gone. So you only have a couple. Well, and George Lucas, you only have a couple Jedi left. It becomes
No,
a spiritual.
66 of them left.
That,
Or
that's in the
60.
sequels. That's in the sequels. You have a spiritual connection to the Force, and that's how Obi-Wan explains it. But in the prequel, because of Jedi's being around for so long and all their, they weren't written out of history for the most part.
Right.
You have the scientific reason, midichlorians and stuff like that. And now she just bypassed both of those and said anyone can do it. You just got to
Well,
practice.
two things.
was dumb.
What the hell would Obi-Wan and Yoda know about the Force, right? So obviously they got it wrong.
Right. They're
Two,
men.
yeah, they forgot what they said in the prequels. Two, somebody needs to take this bitch to Murray and get a fucking metachlorian count, because I don't know if she has any.
Well, no, the problem was she took a bunch of antibiotics and that actually attacks the midichlorians. So, yeah, that's the reason why.
Well,
She got one of those midichlorian vaccines.
Yeah.
She's going to turn out to be a descendant of the witches. I'm telling you. They're going to do something stupid like that. Now,
The witches,
I didn't
like, are
watch...
those the Dark
Dathomir
Sisters?
Dude, they can't,
Right.
dude, the
Dark
witches are
Sisters.
from... The Dark
Okay.
Sisters aren't even from the same universe, the same
I
galaxy.
know. Oh, don't get me wrong, dude. They're dumb.
What?
But witches come in 3.
Why is she starting with a cup, bitch? You need to start with, what number am I thinking?
Yeah, something like that. Like, I'm going to take
Get
out
it-
your
get it-
leg with a
get it to move
lightsaber.
a
Better
fe-
move.
a feather.
Well, this is
I hear you can get
the other
stabbed by
thing
a
that...
lightsaber now and survive.
Yeah.
The
well,
results are in. You are not Force sensitive.
I have to. I didn't watch Rebels, but I may be defending a bit. I know she was trained by the kind of Jedi guy in Rebels.
She was okay. What happened was she was trained with the dark saber, and he said you can't use the force. Yeah, you can't use the force because you're not force sensitive, but you've got to use it like Mandalorian. Mandalorians can defeat Jedi's because they have they fight dirty. They have a different tactic. They don't fight with honor. So that's
And
how he
special
trained
metal.
her to use it.
Yeah. And they bastardized that training to make it seem like she's had training before. And like, it's just, dude, it's, first of all, the story is already dumb. Okay. And then the acting is just, I can't get past, like, no one has feelings. Everybody is like doped out of their mind.
I wish it was CW, because at least that way they would emote their feelings. Like CW's good at
way
least
too
that.
much. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we haven't even brought up fucking space whales. These humpback fucking.
Wait, I'm sorry, Jump the Hutt Force Ghost episode 5. Is that are you calling it?
I hope so.
That would be so
the
awesome.
Space whales were probably the least stupid part of this entire episode.
Right.
That's saying
and
a
they
lot.
were really
That's saying a lot.
stupid.
Yeah.
That scares me on an entirely creative level. That's the worst thing is a space whale.
And dude, they were able to park, in a forest with not a lot of tree coverage, and no one can find them until Ray Stevenson's character's like, okay, they're in the woods. Just someone go find them. Like, that was the ending. That was it.
Oh, they turned off the ship. We can't look down now.
We don't have a metal detector. We can't sense heat because
we don't have
it's
windows.
still hot. Something.
We don't have
Slow-
capital class ships that can scan entire planets in a minute.
Again, let's slow down a little bit and get a better look.
Right.
My God. Also,
That
I
one
love
broad
that.
I put on the thumbnail is just
So those in the chat, and Scott, you don't know this either.
Yeah.
Before we started, Steve was like, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this article, then we're going to go to this one, and then at the very end, we'll talk
Did he
about
really
Ahsoka.
try to do an outline?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not just that.
Hey,
Matt,
I had my
your
tablet
Walt
ordered.
impression is on point.
Thank you.
I am proud of you guys. Fletcher Williams says, CW star cartwheels. I like that one. Spencer wants to know, are they really back? Yes.
Yeah, the Purgles
Space
are back.
Whales. Yeah, they're back.
But also, I'm pretty sure Ezra's back as well. I'm pretty sure he's the guy in the mask.
Dude,
So
Uncle Owen Sith hologram. Anything is possible after episode 50. That's fantastic. E. Clay says, Space Whale. I didn't know Lizzo was in the episode. I love this chat.
They weren't that big.
They were pretty freaking
They were
big.
pretty.
well, actually, in all
massive.
fairness, the space whales are white. So
Yeah.
So Scotty, Polygon thinks that Ahsoka is going to save the entire sequel trilogy.
Nice save there, bro. Let's
what do you
hear
think?
it. Let's hear it. You know what? I had
Ooh,
Stig.
look at me. I'm going to
Stig,
keep us on rails.
Well, Stig, I put that in our thing, and Stig responded. He's like, "No, they're trying to fix the prequel and the original," and I'm like, "You're probably right, but Polygon also thinks like they're going to try to fix everything. They say that about every Star Wars series that comes out, that it will fix something George Lucas did." You know what I mean? And this is the first one that says it's going to fix, that I've seen, that it's going to fix actually something they did. So I was like shocked that they even went that route. Because usually it's always, this fixes the question between episode 2 and 3.
Now, you know what it'll be?
There's
It'll be that the sequel trilogy didn't retcon enough. That'll be what they're going to try and fix.
Wait,
Yeah.
In
This-
like mechanics, in electronics, in all these other fields, there's an old saying: "It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it."
Amen, bro.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't broke. Like your shit's broke, but
Yeah.
the prequel trilogy, although not great, I don't
Right.
think was broke.
Right. No, it's
Wait.
man, it's Oscar worthy after all what we've seen from freaking Disney. But let's
This-
get into the article
yeah,
after
'cause
you
this-
speak, sir.
no, because like this thing says that it's a follow up to plot threads introduced in the second season of The Mandalorian. What
There were
Oh.
plot threads in The Mandalorian.
Well,
is
Apparently.
it? The whales?
wait a minute.
Forgive me, Slender. You forgot the last part of that statement. It ends with, but with government contracts, money can be made by prolonging the problem.
Yeah, there you go.
That
There you
is
go.
actually another one. Yeah.
There you
And
go.
fix it till it breaks.
Yeah.
If you're on a government contract, fix it till it breaks, because if you can just keep breaking it, you have to keep fixing it.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
Where did you just read that? Because
Where is it?
I thought they started adding that into Mando 3.
No, I asked about the whales because I can't think of anything
No.
else this thing is supposed to be fixing.
No, but you're saying Ahsoka, however, is-
Was Ahsoka introduced in season 2? Is that it?
No, Mandalorian in season 2. That's impossible. It was season 3. She wasn't even in season 2, wasn't she?
That's what I thought. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, I forgot she was even in
Who cares?
that one.
But Steven or whoever, why don't we read a bit and see what's going on?
All right, Tina, go ahead, take it.
If watching Ahsoka feels a bit like walking in the middle of the story instead of the beginning, that's because it kind of is. Well, it's not billed as such. The latest live-action Star Wars show is very much a sequel to the animated series Star Wars Rebels, reuniting its cast to tell the next chapter in a story that creator Dave Filoni and his collaborators have been telling, in one form or another, since the Clone Wars premiered on Cartoon Network in 2008. That said, it's also a follow-up to plot threads introduced in the second season of The Mandalorian and presumably set up for one of the 3 forthcoming Star Wars films.
Okay, so Dave Filoni is Palpatine.
Yes.
Like, he came in, there was an emergency, they had a crisis, and they were like, "Filoni, we give you all the power." And he says, "What you have granted me, I will give up.
Yeah.
Once this crisis is averted."
Oh my God, you're right. Holy shit.
That
Except he
wow.
did it in the cowboy hat, and it sounded
did
way
it.
more gayer.
And he did it at a women's like thing. You remember that? Have you ever seen that on YouTube?
Steel,
Where he's
Oh,
Oh
like,
that was-
God, Star Wars has a girl. Ugh.
Steel, Slenders, Palpatine.
Are you Scotty talking about when he stood up in front of all those women and said, "I hate my penis
yeah, pretty much.
and I love you
And-
all"?
Yeah, and I love you all, and I hate men.
Sorry, I was just writing a note.
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Ahsoka,
you forgot to
however,
mute yourself when you wrote that note, man.
Ahsoka, however, is a contemporary to the story The Mandalorian is telling, and therefore set during a time for which there are very few canonical Star Wars stories. The New
Oh my
Republic era,
God.
the nebulous 30-year gap between The Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. This means it's likely that Filoni is using Ahsoka to do for the sequel trilogy what he is already famous for doing for the prequels, to explain what the
ruining it.
movies
You.
wouldn't and make the Star Wars movie canon make some kind of sense.
And
I
then
love
he
it every
steals
time
from
they
the
mention-
EU.
There's no canonical stories.
Say that again, Walton.
I love how they mentioned there's no canonical stories within
Right.
like this massive time. Yes, there were. There
He
were
takes
decades
everything.
of them.
Yeah,
Right.
no, canonical.
But he
Can we get
takes
canonical?
everything. He takes everything from the EU,
Well, yes,
or what
it's
they
sitting
call
there.
as Legends. I mean, the big bad in this show is from Legends. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
EU. So like, and if I'll tell you right now, if they kill him in this series and not in like a movie,
No, because they're doing the Her of the Empire, so he's definitely
Yeah.
going to be in
But,
that one.
bro,
it's going to be his
it's-
sister.
Oh my,
The
you guys,
Her of
it's
the
no
Empire.
different than taking the Bible, adding in some magical plates and magic underwear. It's no
Yeah.
different.
Magic. Oh, yeah,
God, you can
you're-
spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
You got it. You got it.
It's like what so you have these the synoptic gospels, right? You have Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Right.
Okay. And then John comes in and gets Casino Royale this whole fucking story.
You're talking
Typical
about
John.
Because he was evangelical. He wasn't a
Yeah.
strict historical preacher. That's the difference between the two.
Oh, and
you
Luke
forget about
was?
the Gospel of. Well, yeah, a little bit, yeah. I mean,
he
basically,
claimed it.
Luke and Matthew are like, Dumb and Dumber sitting next to each other, cheating off each other's sheet. I mean, come on.
Well, no, they're all cheating off of Mark.
They're all cheating off of Mark.
Well, of course.
And,
But
and Mark, I'm a believer in the Q source.
Yeah.
I do think that they all drew from that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
And when we say
I
Matthew, Mark,
agree.
and Luke, obviously everybody knows they were anonymous when they were written.
They
Well, and
say
also
that.
too, you have to think about the difference.
Wait,
between when
Anonymous
they're
was
written-
around back then?
when-
Shit, that's
Yeah.
a pretty old organization.
The first time the Gospel of Mark was written down was in 65
1932.
AD. No, it was in 65 AD. And then Matthew
First time it was written down,
and
yeah.
right, Matthew and Luke came in like 85 and 95 AD, whereas John's Gospel wasn't written down until like 130 AD. So you'll notice
Right.
that's why there's more mystical stories,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
parables, more
Yes.
exactly.
He
Exactly. So-
basically, he was like, oh, forget Pierce Brosnan. We're gonna
Good
bring
try,
in.
dude. That was good.
We're gonna bring in Craig Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
As Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah. All I know
Well, we
is
had the
that,
blonde hair, so it matches.
All I know is
And the
that
sad part is they got rid
I
of the
don't know.
Gospel of Peter, which had the best stories.
you're right. Right.
Wait, is
They
that when
kept some
Jesus
of his
killed a kid and
letters,
brought him
though,
back
right?
to life?
Exactly.
No, that was yeah.
Yeah, Gospel
I
of
mean, the
Peter.
problem is Peter had bad tweets, so they couldn't have that on there. So
Yeah. And Mary got a little saucy.
I swear I thought you were gonna
But
say
I'm
a,
sorry,
a
I
little
didn't- I
lamb.
It was a
interrupted you
joke,
for that.
but Matt makes
I
a
thought you were
very
gonna say
good
lamb.
point.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
Mad-
Slender's saying something good about me.
Wait a minute, time out then. I'm leaving. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I gotta go to bed.
All right, see you, brother.
But
I
I
get
want
to
to
sleep.
thank the chat. You guys rock. Thank you for supporting me when I'm not even here. Goodbye.
Because the best Scott stream is the stream without Scott.
No, Slender
That's
was
the
saying
truth.
something about me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I love you all. I just want you to know that. I think you're
Oh,
all
I thought you had
important.
left.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to screw up Slender's thoughts. Because
quick, Slender, take notes.
yeah, you better write it down.
all I'm
because-
saying here is, you
Can
were
I-
going out, and the show was about to get a lot better.
So
and
what
now
I was
it's
just about to say, when you guys see me right now, what avatar do you see? Because on Rumble right now, it has Steven kissing Batman.
Dude, that's what I was literally just saying to the missus. Like on YouTube, I can see Steven making out with Batman, but here it's just your Sporking
what?
logo.
That's so awesome. On Rumble,
That
he's
is
making out
weird.
with Batman too.
What?
That's
Yeah.
it's fantastic. All right, good night, everybody.
See
Good
ya.
night.
Bye. Bye.
I'm waiting till he leaves before I start.
Damn
to make
it.
This point
Okay, go on, Slender.
Pierce Brosnan is the better James Bond.
Wait, what did that have to do with me?
Daniel Craig replacing Daniel
Oh.
Craig with Pierce
Yeah.
Yeah,
replacing Pierce Brosnan with Daniel Craig.
he missed the preface of I agree with Mad. He is right because
Mhm.
I don't know.
This
I
is
didn't
Tony's
see all the
strength.
things.
You got to remember what you said 5 minutes ago, Matt.
I already moved on. These aren't really like. These are just things I say. I'm not really even listening to myself say them, nor am I thinking. It's just happening.
I don't really think when I speak. Shit
No.
just comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. Usually I'm already thinking about the next part of the bit that I'm trying to do. As I'm
exactly, and
going
that's why
through
the
the
best
first part.
stories.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but he was blown up once, so this is kind of side effect.
Brains
Yeah,
a little
being
scrambled.
awesome.
Got it.
All right, where were we?
This is
Filoni,
Filoni's strength. He is perhaps the foremost Star Wars continuity.
Continuity.
Doctor.
Continuity.
Thank you. Hey, I get one misspell. I get one mispronunciation tonight. Doctor, a guy known for using 7 seasons of the Clone Wars to rehabilitate the prequel trilogy's reputation by foregrounding and exploring a lot of the ideas those movies just breezed by. He's a fan's fan, the kind of person who has thought that we
Is
should have some
foregrounding a
explanation.
word?
I don't know.
Foregrounding, like that. Okay, maybe. I'm sorry.
It's on an internet article. It's a word. Trust it. No question.
It is a word. It is a gerund or present participle that stands for making something the most prominent or important feature. We all.
See, I knew it was a participle. Everyone knew that.
Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, I bet that's a participle.
Mhm. That's what I was.
But
thinking.
is it a dangling participle?
That's called a Klingon.
Oh, I thought that was like the modern version of a hanging Chad.
No, it's like a
Ooh,
dingleberry.
I like that. A little bit more like that.
He's a
Some
fans
explanation
fan.
for why it was so easy for the clone troopers to return on the Jedi during Order 66.
Wait, what?
Or how the Jet. He's
Wait,
a
I'm sorry,
fans
hold
fan,
on.
the kind of person who has thought that we should have some explanation for why it was so easy for the clone troopers to return on the Jedi during Order 66.
Oh.
Or how the Jedi learned to become Force ghosts.
Well, hold on.
when-
First of all, it did explain it. They were programmed. They were made. We
Yeah,
didn't
well,
need
actually,
8 seasons of a cartoon for them to explain
They didn't
that.
train up the clones. The clones were raised in a facility and trained specifically to follow orders.
And
that was
genetically
one of the
altered.
orders that was trained in them.
But they also had a chip in the back of their head that flipped the switch, because
What the
that
fuck
happens
you need
when
a chip for?
that's what happens when because Tamora Morrison's probably going to be in this as Commander Rex. He was one of the ones that Ahsoka saved from turning.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, he explained it. No, he didn't need to. Whatever, go on. And the Force Ghost thing, we got that. Well, keep going. I don't give a shit.
And when Disney's 2012 acquisition of Lucasfilm led to the canonical slate being wiped clean with the exception of the movies and the Clone Wars, Filoni, in his role as supervising director on the Clone Wars, was suddenly responsible for a lot of Star Wars canon that he had led development on in concert with George Lucas.
Yeah, but
I don't know
here's
if
the thing. The canonical slate wasn't wiped clean. Disney took that slate of the extended universe and they dumped it on the floor, and now Filoni's been just picking little pieces up off of it without, respecting the 5-second rule.
Well, the problem is they say shit like, "Oh, the EU was decanonized, so it's never been in canon." I'm like, you can't decanonize something that wasn't already in canon. So it was in canon, and then they retconned it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
But
I
they're
agree.
putting together in a really sloppy. There's no
Dude,
coherence.
they literally pick stories that have nothing to do with each other and try and link them for no reason.
Right.
That's why we have duct tape.
Thank you, Tina.
Mile an hour.
You sound,
But yeah.
you sound like my uncle. He was a surgeon. Was.
The first 2 episodes of Ahsoka suggest Filoni is turning his eye toward the sequel trilogy as well. If you're the kind of fan who asks the kinds of questions Filoni asked about the prequels and the Clone Wars, then you might
I don't
be a
know
little
who wrote
bothered.
this, but man, get off the guy's dick. Come on.
Then you
I
might be a little bothered by the seemingly sudden and total collapse of the triumphant New Republic after The Force Awakens seemed to erase all the hard-earned wins of the original trilogy.
How many series would it take to fix the sequel trilogy? Like, how much duct tape would you need
Mile an
to
hour
make
tape.
that thing coherent? I don't think it can be done.
Oh, dude, I don't even need a series to do it. I could do it in one 10-minute pilot episode.
Have Luke wake up or like walk out of the. Oh yeah, have him wake up, and then Obi-Wan walks out of the shower. Like, what's wrong, babe?
No, what's gonna happen?
Nice.
Is Luke's
Thank
gonna
you.
wake up and he's
But
gonna
his hair's all curly like Patrick Duffy.
Yes.
go, holy
Do you
shit.
remember the name of the show though that comes from?
Hey, Slender's
was a-
talking, Tina.
That was a really weird dream. And then Uncle Owen is gonna be like, listen, I need you to get out there to the moisture farms. And then Ben Kenobi's gonna kick in the door and be like, no. If we don't do something, that dream you just had is really gonna happen. So we gotta change things. And then we'll just start over from there.
Then they play Bad to the Bone and ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
right.
on motorcycles, but real motorcycles with wheels.
No, on a Banta.
Oh no, I want those Power Ranger motorcycles from the Mandalorian.
Oh, the flying Vespas?
Yeah.
By the way, Tina, do you ever remember the show I was referencing?
Yes, it was Dallas, my dear. I was
Obvious,
making sure
obvi.
you remembered.
I had no
Ahsoka
clue.
suggests
All I
it's
know
heading
is that.
for an answer. The looming threat posed by Grand Admiral Thrawn, the Imperial legend thought defeated after the conclusion of Rebels. It's a neat little solution, a way to further investigate Thrawn, one of the most popular villains from the old Star Wars expanded universe, aka the Legends timeline, into the current canon and stage a crisis large enough to suffocate the nascent New Republic and leave it vulnerable to the First Order.
Reintegrate Thrawn.
Okay. It's tantalizing. It's a tantalizing thought, but there's some danger in this approach. A strength of the Clone Wars was its anthology structure, a roving focus that allowed it to tell stories about characters all over the galaxy, exploring all matter of ideas.
Why did they use this picture for? Like they had to find the one picture where she looks like a miserable bitch just to match it with the fucking current series.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
the only way I've ever seen her look.
This gave it a loose feel, while it was canon didn't make it feel like it was putting forth the final word on anything. It was just one vision for the Star Wars universe, given the freedom to define a specific period of time.
Oh my god, the number of weasel words in this article.
Yep.
Are you cringing, Slender?
I'm pretty sure every time they refer to her or whoever else as a non-traditional Jedi, they just mean you're not a fucking Jedi. Am I right about this? She has resting Jedi face.
That's good. Now, to answer the question, should Filoni use Ahsoka to extend this logic to the New Republic era and the sequel trilogy? Then it becomes an integral link in the chain, removing the biggest strength of shows like the Clone Wars and Rebels. They made Star Wars feel bigger. Here were characters who could and did interact with the heavies like Anakin and Obi-Wan, but primarily spent their time in their own corner of the galaxy with another cast of characters unrelated to the films and their well-trod territory. It's an understandable impulse. Oh, go ahead.
There were some cool characters that came out of it. I watched the Clone Wars TV series with my son. He was into it. And there's a lot of fun in there. But you didn't need that to enjoy the prequels. You know, it was like extra, in my opinion.
Resting Jedi face.
Yes, resting Jedi face. And I love Doc Brown flies in and tells Anakin, "It's your kids."
That'd work. Yes, actually, I like that one better. That works.
No, because he's not allowed to have kids.
Yeah, that's why everything went wrong. Because when does anything go right when you nut?
I mean, is there anything else in this article that's even worth? Is it almost over?
Yeah, this is the last paragraph.
Okay, all right. Well,
they're only a few inches down his shaft. They haven't even got to the balls yet, so they've still got a bit to go.
All right, keep stroking.
It's an understandable impulse to want to see a lot of disparate parts of Star Wars lore come together to form a coherent whole. And it's possible that Ahsoka could be a successful step in that project.
Hold on. It's an understandable impulse. Oh, my impulse is that I want shit to make sense and line the fuck up. Oh, my impulses.
And we were making dick jokes and it said hole. I'm sorry, please continue.
It would reward over a decade of fan investment, a considerable amount of which began with kids watching the Clone Wars on TV. Seeing the world of Star Wars come full circle in a satisfying way as an adult would be undoubtedly cool. But what about us bitches that have been watching Star Wars since like the 1970s? But a lot of the magic of Star Wars is in what we don't know. And
what does that mean?
A lot of the magic of Star Wars is in what we don't know. That's like almost philosophical. And what we could if we left the twin suns we've lived under all of our lives in favor of the danger and just.
We don't live under a twin sun, you dickhead.
Unfamiliar. I'm sorry?
We don't live under a twin sun. It's only on Tatooine.
Okay, they almost had me with, but a lot of the magic of Star Wars is in what we don't know. And here's the thing. It's not in what we don't know. It's in what we realize that we didn't fucking need to know. Like, I don't need to know why the Jedi can Force Ghost. It's just a thing I know that they can do.
Don't need space whales to explain how they can get from place to place.
No, don't need any of that shit. Like,
no, you're right. I think a lot of the fun was in the mysticism of it. You know, like the mystical aspect of the series. Or
Yeah,
the
remember
movie.
how nobody liked midi-chlorians and said we didn't need to know that much about the Force?
Yeah.
Nothing has changed about the fandom or the series, like, or the Star Wars IP. Like, nobody gives a shit about that. We just want to know. We've got a basic idea of what Jedi are capable of. We have a basic understanding of the rules of the Force. The more you put in, the easier it is to fuck it all up.
That's the problem though, because so they'll put shit in like Reagan Force Hill. Wait, what the fuck? Where was that at when fucking man, Qui-Gon Jinn was dying? That would have been real fucking. They didn't have fucking a copy of the books of the Jedi books or whatever. There was
like paper that didn't actually exist in anything until they decided to put it in for one.
But
episode.
My point is, every time they try to add in some shit, it's not adding into the magic or the mystery of anything, because it breaks and you have to explain it. So they get caught in the loop of adding things that have to be explained because they're fucking with what we already knew and established.
Yeah, it's like a pathological liar. Like, you lie because you got caught in the first lie, so you got to tell another lie to cover up the first lie.
Yeah.
But then people realize there's inconsistencies with this new lie you told, so you've got to tell a new lie to explain those inconsistencies. And the next thing you know, you've got 18 different lies going, and you can't manage them all.
And like what Chris Rock said, men tell the most lies, and women tell the biggest lies. A man's lie is like, I was at Johnny's. A woman's lie is, it's your baby.
I do remember that.
Silly me, and I thought it was just the magician illusion. The fact that, the trick is really, really cool until you know how it's done.
Ugh.
Nah,
Sorry,
I don't know. This
tried.
Ahsoka thing is super lame, and I hate it.
Alrighty.
Every now and again, it's good to get an explanation. But if you can tie it in well, and if you can create good stories from it, or if it branches out into other good stories, but explaining every last thing, and also contradicting canon, that makes things confusing.
There's a difference between branching out and this just salting the earth as you try to build on it.
Yeah, you've got and with these Jedi, especially now that they've started introducing, the Force's female girl boss Jedi, it's like the power creep is getting to the point where I ask myself, how has any Jedi been killed ever?
I mean, and also, damn, they really sucked when they were supposed to kill all of them. There are so many Jedi that survived.
But and now
we've seen more Jedi on screen. We've seen more Jedi on screen since Order 66 than we had previously.
Yeah, it's almost like Order 66 caused them to start reproducing or something.
Remember how bad the stormtroopers shot, okay? So maybe 66 didn't go down as well as Palpatine had planned.
Did Palpatine just want 66 of them to die?
I think.
Specifically? No, not 67. 66. Good. It's a thing. I'm Palpatine.
Do we know how many Jedi there were?
You sound like Robert Loggia.
I'm sure that there's a Star Wars nerd out there somewhere who has that answer, but I don't. I'm not.
I'll give you some made-up numbers real quick. There were 107 Jedi before Order 66. Mm-hmm. When Order 66 went down, 84 Jedi were killed, and there were only 212 left.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Yep. Sorry, the math checks out on that.
Well, to cleanse the palate, we have a very short article about a man from Indiana, which, if you don't know, is really close to Illinois. And those of us in the Midwest, take our neighborhood crime very seriously. And a man was charged with a DUI in children's Power Wheels Jeep. So as the story goes, Indiana troopers aren't playing. An Indiana man was arrested for driving under the influence Wednesday night after being pulled over in a kid's Power Wheels Jeep, police said. A state trooper
whose uncle is this?
That's mine. A state trooper was patrolling on North 2nd Street about 9 p.m. when he observed a toy car in the road with no lights or reflectors and was difficult to see, officials said in release. And it was John McKee, 51. Wow.
He should have turned on the lights.
Listen, even Amish
Yeah, that's his own
buggies
fault,
are more
clearly.
prepared.
Yeah, and here's a artist representation of the Power Wheels Jeep in question. The trooper pulled the toy car over and noticed that the driver, John McKee, 51 of Vincennes, displayed signs of impairment, according to cops. McKee failed
The
a
first
field-
being he's riding in a fucking power wheel.
pretty much. McKee failed the sobriety test and was taken to Good Samaritan Hospital, where it was determined that he was under the influence of methamphetamine and marijuana.
Oh,
Get out, Matt!
wow.
I don't believe it.
Exactly. And it is important to note that he was taken to the Knox County Jail after being slapped with a felony charge of operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a prior conviction.
Oh, so
Objection.
Your Honor,
Speak,
yeah.
I believe that the law applies to all motor vehicles.
I was
and
about to bring that up.
Battery powered.
Yeah, because I know TPC 49.04, which is Texas Penal Code, it is operating a motor vehicle while impaired, physically and or mentally impaired due to the effects of intoxicating alcoholic beverage and or drug. Like, you have to be operating a motor vehicle.
Drug is in singular, so if you take 2 drugs, you're okay.
That's why
That could
he was
So-
doing the right thing. He wasn't in his lawnmower because that's a motor vehicle.
Right.
But doesn't that
Well, wait a
count as
minute,
an
wait a minute.
electric car?
Yeah, I was just saying, because it's an electric car. not a
Electric
motor
car doesn't have a
vehicle,
motor?
Yeah, an electric motor is very different than a battery operated toy. Like it's
Wait,
a
wait.
battery. Doesn't
Mad,
have a
so
motor.
Mad, does that mean in Texas if you pissed on a bicycle, you're all right?
Well, so no, that what you have there though is public intox, which is, if you have to be a danger to yourself and or others in
So
operating.
pissing on a bicycle is not putting anyone else in danger.
Yeah, the
That-
hell
talking
it's
about
not.
peeing
It's
on a
putting
bicycle?
putting others, yourself and or others, because it is very dangerous to be trying to ride a bike when intoxicated.
So you can't walk either because that's being drunk in public too, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if you're falling over on the place, then that's what it would be. It's not.
Hey, I was drunk in a bar. They threw me into public.
Ron White.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, so the thing is, just because you're drunk doesn't mean it's public intox. Because people are like, oh, dude, they'll get you. What? No, I mean, I'm buzzed as fuck, but I'm not sloppy. You get what I'm saying? Public intox, you got to be sloppy.
Yeah, public
Oh,
intox is
So like taking
falling
a shit in the
down.
middle of the highway and vomiting and then rolling in it.
It doesn't even have to be that. The officer could have a concern that you're gonna fall and crack your fucking skull.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
if it's that
But
level.
what if
you're,
you
you're
were like
public
a
intox.
gymnast? What if you were like a gymnast and you could do all that while on a balance beam walking backwards? Then you weren't, risking anyone or yourself.
You know what?
injury.
I think if I was to tell that to a cop, I don't think they would believe me.
Yeah, that's just making me think, oh, you're really fucked up, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
Still barrel.
as soon as I hear, well, officer, I'm a gymnast, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't. No. I'm not even going to do it. Real
It has
quick.
been a long shift, and I am not doing this right now.
No.
Here's your citation.
Just-
Get in the car.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. No, this is not the time for that. If you want to explain to the judge about your gymnast ability, go ahead. I'm not the one. But I have a story that's kind of like this. So our fleet coordinator, the dude that's in charge of all the vehicles, right? And he would, yeah. So the guy that he used to do all the decals and shit, they got in a lot of trouble because they had a thing where he would do it cheaper, and then they would be able to keep the money that was set aside for that job to be done. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because the dude would do it in his fucking garage at his house. Anyway, so one night we're out on patrol or whatever, we're just doing whatever, and then fucking everyone they came over. They're like, hey, everyone stop where you are. And then we had to call and give our location or whatever because he lived in a different city or a different town or whatever, right? And they saw one of our vehicles with half the decals driving and appeared to be impaired. And they were wondering if any of us were out there, right? And so what happened was the guy that was hired to do the decals and shit, got pissed drunk. He's like, oh, but I'm too drunk to drive. I know. I'll take lease vehicles. That way, I guess people will get out of my way. Anyway, so he goes and he gets pulled over and only had half the fucking vehicle done. And yeah, it stood out.
Wow. See, I was the first security guard in college to not have a license who got pulled over while driving the squad between campuses. And the officer who gave me the ticket won the award for the month for the most outlandish vehicle ticket given.
Dude, the fleet coordinator guy, and he did this to everybody. When I first got to the department on like my first day, he's like, "Hey, yeah, no, I'll drive you around, you know." And he then tried to sell me a house because he also did real estate. This dude had one of those magnet car signs for his real estate business or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He would slap that sumbitch over police. And use the ghost SUV because it has like the decals you can't really see unless the light hits it. But he would slap that sumbitch on the door and would use that to drive new hires around, showing them houses while they're both at work.
Ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over? Because you can't miss this deal.
Ma'am, it is illegal. The APR I can get you right now.
Well, when I was learning how to drive, we had like classroom, and then you had range where you just drove around in the parking lot between cones and stuff. And then you moved on to what they called traffic, which was actually on the street. Well, we all passed traffic without ever having to drive because the entire 3-hour Saturday lesson was to pick up the driving instructor from the high school and drive him to his mistress's house, where he would go inside for about an hour and a half. And then he would come back out, and then we would drive him over to like a drugstore, and he would pick up his prescriptions and some alcohol, and then we would drive him back to the high school. So it was the easiest class I ever took.
Yeah.
Did you drink while you were doing it?
No.
No
He didn't
Power
buy
Wheels?
us any alcohol. He didn't buy us any alcohol.
What are we looking at, Tina?
Oh, what are we looking at? We are looking at a wonderful video about, as you will see, about a what are they called now? Indigenous peoples, Native Americans, whatever. Dude with a squad and lights and sirens is going to deal with some protesters.
Did you say with a squall? You can't say that for sure.
I said with a squad. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually clicking it on StreamYards instead of on my other monitor.
I've done that.
I'm really that tired. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I shared the sound. I swear I did.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, good. I just can't. So that's all right.
Did anyone get that?
Yeah. No, the best part is to watch the bitch over here with the beige backpack. See, she's like, "Oh no, he's gonna arrest us all."
Why are they still screaming?
We're in environmental program. Watch it. So she gets down in a second. Like, I'm gonna get arrested, right? And then she sees all the other people filming, going, "Well, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna get arrested."
Fucking
Right.
smart. She goes over there and pulls out her phone. Like, what? No, I'm just filming too. I'm a
One of
reporter.
these. Right. Mad,
Wait,
what did you?
did they
what
just
do
do a
you think
Chinese
about-
arm trap?
I believe they did.
Like, Mad, what do you think about that technique? What do you that approach by the
Which
law
one?
enforcement?
Wait, what? At what part? What? Running over the trailer?
Oh yeah. What?
I
yeah.
wouldn't, because that fleet fucking coordinator would be pissed.
So that's not suggested. That's not a suggested move.
No, that. I mean, no.
Okay, I told you my internet's tired now too. There we go.
I mean, it worked.
It definitely worked. It opened the road.
Well,
Yeah.
it did until he stops in the middle of the road, once again blocking the traffic, and then proceeds to to arrest them on the road. Man, that's great
I
though.
mean, with all the talk about protesters, people like shutting down highways, and you hear a lot of joking on the internet about, "Oh, I just run them over or I just hit them." What do you what do you think? Is that a good solution? Is that a good mentality to have? Are people getting
no,
frustrated with?
Okay, no, it is not a good thought to have. Like, I've run these bitches over going 80.
No,
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah, she's doing at least 40.
Look, man, there was another video I saw where these two hopped on the car and the car just kept going, slowly, so that they wouldn't actually get hurt. But it's on you. You could have gotten off.
Oh no! In the ones downtown Chicago with the teens hanging over the top, they're actually hanging on to the light bar because of the older squads, and they start driving and maybe going like 5-10 miles an hour, and then they just take off, and the kids are like rolling off the back.
Yeah,
squad cars is awesome.
Yeah, I hope the cop got on the PA and went World Star,
Mr. Worldwide.
No, do you think there's what did you think? Seriously, though, what did you think about this? The cop running through the barricade.
It's fine. I appreciated the other dude's like, you know what? This is his thing.
Do his thing.
Yeah. Did you see the other cops? Like, we're here in case.
I just no shit ran back to my desk because I have a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Mad.
Uh-huh.
If protesters jump on your vehicle and start hitting it, that's personal property valued at well over $1,000. Do you not have the right to defend your property in that circumstance?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you take off. Yeah, if they are physically,
damaging your vehicle.
Yeah. Take the fuck off. Okay. You don't want to end up like a truck driver. Let's say in the early '90s in a place we'll call AL.
Matt, does a pedestrian in the road blocking it have the right of way?
Wait, what? Say again?
Is a pedestrian blocking traffic have the right of way?
If they're not in a crosswalk, that might be a no.
Yeah, it depends on the state because fucking traffic law. I don't give a shit. No traffic. I didn't even carry a ticket book. Fuck that, dude. That's boring. Anyway, if I'm pulling somebody over, I'm pulling them over because I either think they're drunk or I want to have a conversation. You know what I mean?
Dude, you carried a ticket book when we were on patrol together.
Hey, Jane. You can intentionally hit a person in the street, Jane, depending on what they're doing.
Hey, Jane knows stuff. Don't.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. I was asking for that clarification.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hitting my whip, watch out now. But yeah,
any other comments?
Well, most of it has to do with. And this is why I hate all these cameras and bullshit because it's so much more difficult now as a cop. But most of the time, if you can articulate, you can get away with pretty much anything. This is very easy. This is easily explained in an officer statement. However, since there's like 18 different angles to this shit, it makes it a little bit.
So what you're saying is more clarity brings a problem to.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Well, see the video didn't capture the individual in the car that needed to get to the hospital.
Sure.
That was being blocked by the protesters.
Well, and the other problem with the videos is they always select very specifically where the video starts and where the video ends. And I always ask myself the same question. Okay, what happened in the 5 minutes leading up to where this video started? Because these people were already recording, so they must have been like, "Oh, I got to record this shit." So what was happening up to that point?
Well, to answer Soul Assassin, if this is Indian territory or whatever, they are the law. They have all the law. It's basically it's federal. It's exclusively federal jurisdiction, right? So no state, no city, nothing like that. They have no jurisdiction there. Which is why if you ever saw Wind River, the FBI had to come out because it's federal. So you have different jurisdiction in sense of you have federal, you have state, you have city or whatever, right? Exclusive would be only federal. Then you have proprietary, which would be it's federally owned, but the jurisdiction goes to the state. And then you have concurrent, where you share jurisdiction with the state in the U.S. government as well. So there's different types there, right? Which would play into depending on where they're at on this road, because it could be concurrent. I know in San Antonio with some of the bases here, there's this one road by the golf course for Fort Sam. It's like a half a mile from the gate. It's exclusive, right, all the way down, and then it becomes concurrent, where one side of the road is state, the other side of the road is the U.S. government. And whenever anything ever happened there, people would have to, half his body is on your side, so you got to do the paperwork. You know what I mean?
That happened to me when I got into a car accident in the city, because the west side of the street was considered a suburb and the east side of the street was considered the city. And my boyfriend, whose dad was a Chicago cop, he got into an accident going in the wrong direction, so he couldn't get out of it.
Yep. Last thing I was going to say about this, though, here's what you would do if there was no cameras, right? I assisted them using the minimum amount of force necessary to help remove the trailer or the whatever it is from the road, right? That's how you would word it. Yeah. I assisted them. With when you slam somebody, you assisted them to the ground with it, using a minimum amount of force necessary to prevent any harm to themselves and or others. That's how it's written. How it's done is radically different.
Yeah, how it's done is you choke slam their ass.
Damn right. We slammed this one chick.
Oh no! As in an officer you might have known in the past.
What? No, what? So it was right after the SFST, right, in Seafield. So the dude I was with, he was trying to put handcuffs. He starts trying to do a spinning thing, and we both grab her, and she bounced off the asphalt with us. It was like, Kung Fu Panda when he hits the little boxing thing, and it comes back and hits him. Mm-hmm. That's how it was, because when she bounced, we bounced off of her into the air. Crazy. Anyway. But yeah, we assisted her to the ground using the minimum amount of force necessary. Wait, apparently he said on the bullhorn, "I'm going to take you all out." I mean, what?
Yeah, probably just should have left that one out. At least pretend.
You can't. Oh my God, listen. So we used to have this joke, right? Whenever somebody would say, "You're only pulling me over because I'm black," we'd always joke "Well, you're only saying that because I'm white." But we never said this to people. One night, I'm out with this new guy, and he's at the driver's side, I'm on the passenger side, and it's a black female driving, and she's very upset. And she says it. She goes, "You're only doing this because I'm black." And he goes, "You're only saying that because I'm white." I'm like, "Okay, all right, well, we're good now." And then he goes, "So who's the racist now?" Son of a bitch, dude. We would have been okay until that last part. We ended up having to fight her too. But it's an example of something that, we'll joke about it. "I'll take it all out." You don't say it.
Right.
To people.
Sporking fact.
It's not something that you...
I think I have my own fact.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, there is a mad fact if I remember correctly.
YouTuber fighting on back roads and back rooms. How they saving the future? Yeah.
10 times better. Anyway, yeah.
It's long.
Well, yeah, bro, because you got to get people "Oh, yeah, that is a fact. He's right. You shouldn't say you're only saying that because I'm white."
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's an oldie. Alrighty. Well,
thanks for coming, everyone.
I was gonna say, I think that's all we got topic-wise for the
that wraps it up.
evening. So, exactly. So, Miss Grant Gregory, tell us what the hell you're doing.
You guys learned so much today.
I don't know. I'll be doing stuff. I got the dump on today, the hump on, the rump.
What?
Today? Anything that ends in ump, I'm going to be on doing it. So
The lump, the stump, the mump, not the measles.
No, not the mump. No, I'm not doing that again.
Alrighty. How about you, Mr. Slender Dad? What you got going on?
Jane going gangsta in the chat. Did you see her about the excessive force?
Yeah, you gotta worry about no lawsuit.
What do I got? Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, Ascendant Art Podcast. Sometimes multi-streamed with several of our fellow creators, who then steal away all our views.
Yes. Come join us in the chat, and come to like Ascendant Art Podcast, not like Brahma Bill and Culture
or like
and
Mad.
I get lonely.
Mad can't even spell the damn podcast.
Did you say Brahma Bill?
No, I said Brahma Bill.
It's his cousin.
It must be my Midwestern accent.
That Brahma Bill.
He was Brahma Bull, man. Brahma Bull. As in ABLE, BULL. Alrighty. Anything else going on, Slender, besides Ascendant Art?
Nope.
Okay. How about you, Mad Cheese Mill? What you got going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this thing on Friday probably. Ascendant Art something.
Awesome.
Never heard of it.
Is that like a drawing stream or something?
Yeah. I'm gonna be
awesome.
drawing boobs. Cause you know me, love the boobs.
All right.
Fucking my wife's mouth. I'm going to, okay?
Alrighty.
Then. Wait,
Back to you, Mr. Oh, sorry.
I had one more thing.
Yes.
I watched that Jennifer Lawrence movie. That's All That You Get, or You Should Ask for More. I forgot what the movie's called. The newest one. No.
The raunchy comedy one.
Yeah, the raunchy comedy one. Way better than I thought it was gonna be. I actually enjoyed the shit out of it. It's the only thing I've seen Jennifer Lawrence in that I'm like, hey, she doesn't, make my skin crawl.
Sounds great.
Alrighty.
What was the
No,
name
it
of
was
again?
really good. I thought it was really funny.
She was naked on the beach.
It was good. It was the best naked fight scene since Viggo Mortensen did it in Russia. Eastern Promises.
All right. No Hard Feelings. Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, No Hard Feelings. Like I said.
Exactly. All righty.
Appreciate you, Tina. Thank you for holding it down, bringing up the articles, and running through the outros. Tina, where are you going to be?
Where am I going to be? This weekend, I will likely be making my second video because I have 94 subscribers now. So that means I've got, less than 6 subscribers before I make another video. So it will likely be on poor Scott's, misgivings of Blue Beetle. But,
Good.
What can we do? But
that's
not it. Yep. When I'm not here on Scott's channel, I am on Vinny Art's channel on Friday and Sunday nights, joining that crew of fun folks. I am officially one of the 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse or something like that. I don't know.
Good to hear. All right. Thank you guys so much out there. Please, if you haven't, please subscribe to everybody on this panel. And thank you very much for being here. I think that's it. Is there an outro? Is there an outro now?
This is the one that like now.
Aluminum Sporking.